a founder who built her own state-of-the-art manufacturing plant in Detroit just to protect a recipe her mother brewed in the basement. A queen of soul who demanded her performance fees in cash before she'd step foot on stage. And a Wall Street CEO who has personally underwritten over $1 trillion in bond transactions. Yeah, these are the 8 wealthiest Black women architecting the Motor City. Black status had to dig through Bloomfield Hills estate records, sealed Wall Street ledgers, and the historic mansions of Palmer Woods to find them. From the franchise pioneer who turned a single pizza shop into a 7,300 square foot business empire, all the way up to the financier who literally underwrites the debt that builds entire cities, every one of these women turned Detroit's industrial grit into generational gold. Starting at number 8 with the woman who built her fortune brick by brick on the East Side. Number 8, Ebony Cochran. Ebony Cochran did not inherit her wealth, she engineered it. Most individuals view franchising as a passive, secondary investment, but Cochran approached it as a strategic acquisition of community infrastructure. When she became the first Black woman to own a Little Caesars pizza franchise in the state of Michigan, she signaled a profound shift in localized economic control. However, her true financial masterpiece extends far beyond quick-service food. Cochran is the mastermind and architect behind the Detroit Wealth Club. By acquiring a sprawling 7,300 square foot commercial headquarters on Meringue Drive, she essentially built a business mansion dedicated entirely to financial literacy and entrepreneurial empowerment. This same mentality of strategic acquisition and focus on tangible assets is perfectly reflected in her personal investments in residential real estate. In the affluent pockets of Metro Detroit, residential real estate is played like a high-stakes chess game. Cochran's wealth architecture is built on the philosophy of owning the actual land beneath your feet. While flashy social media influencers are content to rent luxury penthouses downtown for aesthetic purposes, Cochran prioritizes deeply fortified, appreciating, hard assets. Her residential footprint is a sanctuary of calculated investments, characterized by high-end modern finishes, robust security systems, and expansive layouts that serve as a private retreat from her intensive, public-facing consulting work. She understands that a true mansion is not just a display of wealth, but a mechanism for wealth preservation. Her empire operates on the premise that true societal power lies in closing the racial wealth gap through property ownership and credit mastery. Cochran represents the pragmatic, hyper-disciplined wing of Detroit's female elite. Her fortune is not tied to a single fleeting trend. It is aggressively diversified across franchising, consulting, and real estate acquisition. By systematically teaching other Black Detroiters how to acquire property and scale their own businesses, her economic footprint effectively multiplies, turning her personal success into a regional economic stimulus package. She demonstrates every single day that the most secure mansions are the ones built on a foundation of unshakable financial intelligence and unyielding community reinvestment. Number 7. Sonia Mays. When discussing the wealthiest women in Detroit, it is absolutely imperative to look beyond those who merely purchase luxury homes to those who actually build the environment around them. Sonia Mays, the Chief Executive Officer of Develop Detroit, operates at a level of urban influence that completely dwarfs standard residential wealth. Her domain is not a single gated property with a manicured lawn. Her domain is the metropolitan grid itself. Before revolutionizing Detroit's housing market, Mays honed her elite financial acumen on Wall Street, managing complex corporate restructuring during the city's historic, unprecedented bankruptcy. She absorbed the intricate, often opaque mechanics of municipal finance and deployed that specialized knowledge to launch a real estate development firm focused on equitable, high-quality housing. In a notoriously male-dominated industry where Black women face systemic, deeply entrenched funding barriers, Mays systematically dismantled the opposition, securing tens of millions in capital to revitalize neglected historic districts across the city. The wealth generated from this level of massive urban development is structural and highly lucrative. Real estate developers of her caliber command portfolios valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Mays's personal prosperity is a direct extension of her unparalleled capacity to navigate archaic zoning laws, secure massive institutional backing, and transform abandoned lots into thriving, profitable communities. Her residential lifestyle reflects this deep, almost academic understanding of architectural value and spatial design. A visionary leader in urban planning naturally gravitates toward homes that offer profound historical significance combined with ultra-modern functionality. In Detroit, where historic neighborhoods like Boston Edison, Palmer Woods, and Indian Village offer architectural masterpieces that rival anything on the East Coast, individuals with Mays' expertise recognize the intrinsic value of heritage real estate. These are homes featuring original Pewabic tile, meticulously carved mahogany staircases, soaring ceilings, and sprawling ballrooms, estates that require a seasoned developer's eye to fully appreciate, restore, and maintain. Mays' financial trajectory proves a fundamental economic truth. Mastering the macroeconomics of a major city inevitably secures the microeconomics of the household. She is not just a passive participant in the luxury real estate market. She is the gravitational force shaping the market itself, proving that true wealth is the ability to redefine the skyline. Number 6. Naylor Ellis. The historical narrative of Detroit is inextricably linked to heavy manufacturing and the automotive industry, but Naylor Ellis completely redefined the assembly line for a new era. As the visionary founder of Ellis Island Tea, she transformed a closely guarded familial recipe, originally brewed in her mother's basement, into a dominant national beverage empire. Ellis's extraordinary journey from selling individual glass bottles out of the trunk of her car to securing prime shelf space in the largest, most competitive retail chains across the United States is a flawless masterclass in product scaling and relentless determination. Her wealth architecture is deeply, permanently rooted in production control. While many modern beverage entrepreneurs choose to outsource their brewing to third-party co-packers to save upfront costs, Ellis made the highly capital-intensive, incredibly strategic decision to build her own state-of-the-art manufacturing plant right in the heart of Detroit. Owning the physical means of production is the ultimate leverage in the consumer packaged goods sector. It aggressively protects profit margins, ensures absolute quality control, and dramatically increases the overall valuation of the enterprise. This level of heavy industrial ownership places Ellis in a completely distinct financial echelon. As her company's valuation soared into the stratosphere, her personal real estate profile expanded to effortlessly match her corporate success. In the competitive landscape of Metro Detroit, the shift from a grassroots startup founder to a nationally recognized manufacturing CEO often necessitates a residential upgrade to areas that offer supreme privacy and expansive acreage. Imagine a sprawling, ultra-modern estate characterized by clean minimalist design, vast entertaining spaces built specifically for hosting high-level corporate partners, and meticulously landscaped grounds that offer a quiet, serene counterbalance to the deafening, rhythmic roar of a high-speed bottling plant. Ellis's fortune is highly liquid, aggressively expanding, and deeply tied to her brand's ever-growing national footprint. She represents a brilliant new generation of wealth that seamlessly blends the raw grit of Detroit's blue-collar history with the sleek sophistication of modern venture scaling. Her phenomenal success has attracted massive investments, including financial backing from high-profile celebrities and venture capitalists, further inflating her immense net worth. Yet, by keeping her operational headquarters firmly anchored in her hometown, she ensures that her immense wealth continues to enrich the local economy. Naylor Ellis proves that a rich family legacy, when bottled and branded correctly, can buy the entire neighborhood. Number 5. Karen Clark Sheard. Detroit is globally recognized as an unparalleled powerhouse of musical innovation, and within the sacred, highly profitable halls of gospel music, the Sheard family operates as undisputed, sovereign royalty. Karen Clark Sheard, a founding member of the legendary boundary-breaking Clark sisters and a solo artist of monumental, historic success, has accumulated a vast fortune that completely transcends standard music industry metrics. Her voice is a priceless generational asset, but her massive wealth is a product of disciplined longevity, shrewd business management, and immense institutional power. The gospel music economy is uniquely resilient and incredibly lucrative when mastered. It does not rely on fleeting, unpredictable pop radio trends. It thrives on a fiercely dedicated lifelong consumer base, extensive international touring schedules, and immense catalog value. As a multi-Grammy Award winner, Sheard's publishing rights, premium performance fees, and consistent record sales constitute a massive, continuous revenue stream that flows regardless of the broader economic climate. Furthermore, her marriage to Bishop J. Drew Sheard, the presiding bishop of the Global Church of God in Christ denomination, merges musical royalty with unprecedented global religious leadership. Their combined societal and spiritual influence requires a residential compound that can effortlessly accommodate their colossal public and private lives. Situated securely in the affluent, manicured suburbs of Detroit, the Sheard estate is not merely a home. It is an executive operational center. Properties of this sheer magnitude typically feature highly specialized infrastructure, acoustic-paneled, state-of-the-art rehearsal spaces, sweeping grand foyers capable of hosting international church dignitaries and political figures, and expansive formal dining halls designed for massive philanthropic galas. This is a fortress built for legacy, designed to impress and intimidate in equal measure. The Sheard family's wealth is incredibly durable because it is heavily insulated by unwavering faith-based loyalty and deep cultural reverence. They have built an impenetrable ecosystem that includes highly profitable record labels, supreme pastoral leadership, and global digital broadcasting networks. Karen Clark Sheard's stunning transition from a local choir prodigy to a global musical matriarch beautifully demonstrates the financial velocity of spiritual and musical excellence. Her sprawling suburban mansion stands as a physical, undeniable testament to decades of vocal supremacy, astute asset management, and unshakable community influence. Number 4. Anita Baker. As we ascend the complex hierarchy of Detroit's elite wealth, we encounter a woman whose sultry voice defined an entire era of rhythm and blues, and whose ruthless business acumen secured a permanent financial fortress. Anita Baker, the 8-time Grammy Award-winning musical icon, does not just possess a legendary, instantly recognizable vocal range, she possesses a legendary, highly guarded real estate portfolio. Her majestic residence in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, is a brilliant masterstroke of spatial dominance and cultural reclamation. Grosse Pointe has historically been one of the most exclusive, fiercely guarded, and elite residential enclaves in the American Midwest. By establishing her primary estate in this specific, prestigious zip code, Baker shattered invisible historical boundaries, unapologetically claiming her rightful space among the legacy wealth of automotive heirs and industrial barons. Her mansion is the absolute epitome of secluded luxury. Overlooking the shimmering waters of Lake St. Clair, the sprawling property offers an impenetrable layer of privacy, utilizing lush, mature landscaping to shield her from the relentless, exhausting demands of the public eye. The underlying architecture of Baker's wealth is endlessly fascinating. After a highly publicized, grueling legal battle to reclaim her original master recordings, she emerged entirely victorious, effectively regaining absolute financial control over her life's brilliant work. In the modern music industry, owning your masters is the exact equivalent of owning the bank. Every digital stream, every commercial television placement, and every hip-hop sample pays a direct, non-negotiable toll to her personal estate. This historic victory exponentially increased her net worth, transforming her from a highly paid performing artist into a sovereign, self-contained musical corporation. Her magnificent Grosse Pointe estate perfectly reflects this hard-won sovereignty. It is a peaceful sanctuary characterized by manicured waterfront lawns, sophisticated classic architectural detailing, and a massive interior designed for acoustic perfection and absolute serenity. Baker rarely grants interviews, and she absolutely does not chase fleeting media attention. Her wealth is deeply established, structurally sound, and requires no external validation from the press. She represents the ultimate elusive archetype. Though her net worth numbers in the tens of millions, she moves through the world with the untouchable, quiet grace of true royalty. Anita Baker proved once and for all that true power is not just winning the awards. It is aggressively owning the catalog that generated them. Number 3. Diana Ross. While her primary postal codes eventually shifted to the glittering, sun-drenched hills of Beverly Hills and the aristocratic gated estates of Greenwich, Connecticut, the financial genesis of Diana Ross is permanently inextricably etched into the pavement of Detroit. You simply cannot discuss the absolute zenith of Black female wealth without deeply analyzing the initial blueprint created by the iconic lead singer of the Supremes. Ross was the original, undisputed prototype for the global, multi-hyphenate entertainment mogul. During the explosive, world-changing rise of Motown Records, Ross resided in the historic, highly coveted Boston Edison district, a neighborhood that housed the city's most affluent power brokers and automotive executives. Even in the earliest stages of her career, she demanded absolute perfection, seamlessly translating her unprecedented Billboard chart success into international real estate acquisitions. Ross understood long before her peers that music was merely a highly profitable stepping stone to global corporate branding. She pivoted brilliantly into Academy Award-nominated acting, high-end fashion iconography, and massive international stadium touring, commanding staggering financial guarantees that permanently altered the compensation structure for Black artists worldwide. Her wealth architecture is genuinely staggering. Ross accumulated a net worth conservatively estimated at over $250 million by fiercely treating herself not as an expendable employee of a record label, but as a sovereign, untouchable corporate entity. Her real estate portfolio became a direct reflection of this elevated global status. The massive mansions she acquired were sprawling, multi-acre compounds featuring professional-grade tennis courts, Olympic-sized swimming pools, and vast interiors draped in custom, imported European furnishings. They were not just homes. They were immaculate palaces designed to host international dignitaries, fellow global superstars, and corporate titans. Ross's enduring financial legacy in Detroit is her uncompromising demonstration of scale. She taught the generations of women who came after her that they absolutely did not have to settle for localized or regional success. By demanding the absolute highest tier of compensation and refusing to compromise her vision, she built a massive fortune that has compounded relentlessly over 6 decades. Her stylistic and financial influence permeates every massive estate owned by a Black woman today. Diana Ross did not just buy the mansion, she poured the concrete foundation upon which all subsequent entertainment empires were constructed. Number 2. Aretha Franklin. To speak the name of Aretha Franklin is to speak of absolute royalty, and true royalty requires an impenetrable castle. The late, universally revered Queen of Soul left behind a complex estate valued in the tens of millions of dollars, an expansive empire meticulously constructed over a lifetime of unparalleled cultural dominance. While her legendary voice belonged to the entire world, her physical roots remained fiercely, unapologetically anchored in the soil of Metro Detroit. Her primary residential compound in Bloomfield Hills was the ultimate breathtaking manifestation of musical majesty and financial security. Bloomfield Hills routinely ranks among the absolute wealthiest, most exclusive municipalities in the United States, and Franklin's massive custom-built mansion was undisputedly one of its crown jewels. The sprawling, highly secured estate was a masterclass in personalized, uncompromising luxury. Characterized by a distinctive, elegant rose-colored brick exterior, the sprawling home was approached via a sweeping, dramatic circular driveway specifically designed to accommodate an extensive fleet of luxury vehicles. Inside, the sheer opulence was staggering. Massive crystal chandeliers illuminating grand marble foyers, a custom-designed, industrial-grade chef's kitchen where the Queen famously prepared extravagant meals for her exclusive inner circle, and a cavernous master suite that offered absolute seclusion and panoramic, breathtaking views of the meticulously landscaped, heavily wooded grounds. Franklin's approach to wealth was famously defensive and highly enduring. She was notoriously distrustful of standard, often exploitative music industry accounting practices, routinely demanding to be paid her massive performance fees in cash before even stepping foot onto a stage. This ruthless pragmatism ensured that her capital remained highly liquid and under her direct, unyielding control. Beyond the imposing Bloomfield Hills fortress, her extensive real estate portfolio included multiple valuable properties across the Detroit area, functioning as tangible, rapidly appreciating assets that insulated her family from any broader economic volatility. Today, the Aretha Franklin estate continues to operate as a massive, highly efficient financial engine. Her unmatched catalog generates astronomical, perpetual royalties, ensuring that her descendants remain firmly positioned in the upper echelons of global wealth. The Bloomfield Hills mansion stands as a towering historic monument to her unprecedented success, a physical, enduring reminder that a young girl from a Detroit church choir could build an empire capable of outlasting her physical presence. The Queen may have passed, but her kingdom remains infinitely profitable. Number 1. Suzanne Shank. We have finally arrived at the absolute summit. Far beyond the glittering glamour of entertainment and the highly visible hustle of retail lies the silent, omnipotent, and ruthlessly calculating world of high finance. In this exclusive realm, Suzanne Shank reigns completely supreme. As the president, chief executive officer, and co-founder of Siebert Williams Shank Company, she does not merely manage millions of dollars, she routinely underwrites trillions. Shank is the undisputed, unassailable Wall Street queen of the Midwest, and her staggering financial footprint completely dwarfs almost everything else in the region. Under her relentless, visionary leadership, her firm has exponentially grown into the top-ranked minority and woman-owned municipal bond underwriter in the entire United States. Her powerhouse company has successfully completed over $1 trillion in complex corporate bond and equity transactions, and significantly more in massive municipal financings. She structures the highly complex debt that physically builds bridges, funds sprawling municipalities, and capitalizes global Fortune 500 corporations. When massive global entities require sophisticated, multi-billion-dollar capital solutions, they seek an exclusive audience with Suzanne Shank. Her personal real estate profile is the absolute definition of apex tier, global status luxury. Individuals operating at this unprecedented level of global finance require residences that offer absolute military-grade security, sophisticated technological integration, and unparalleled aesthetic refinement. Located in the most elite, heavily guarded enclaves of Metro Detroit, a home of this immense magnitude features soundproof executive boardrooms for private, high-stakes negotiations, extensive climate-controlled wine cellars, and architectural designs that rival modern art museums. It is a sprawling fortress where the immense stress of moving billions of dollars on a daily basis can be mitigated by supreme, uncompromising comfort. Shank's staggering influence seamlessly extends into the elite boardrooms of rocket companies, the massive Skillman Foundation, and numerous national civic organizations. She represents the ultimate final evolution of Black wealth in Detroit. She did not inherit a legacy financial institution. She built a colossal one from the ground up, brilliantly navigating the ruthlessly competitive, predominantly white male arena of investment banking. Her breathtaking mansion is not just a place to live, it is the fortified command center of a global economic powerhouse. Suzanne Shank proves unequivocally that the ultimate power move is not simply buying the building, it is financing the entire city. From the industrial innovations of Naylor Ellis to the trillion-dollar underwriting of Suzanne Shank, these 8 visionaries have completely rewritten the economic narrative of the Motor City. They have proven that Detroit is not a city of the past, but a fertile ground for future empires. Their mansions are more than just architecture. They are monuments to resilience, intellect, and unyielding ambition. Which of these remarkable wealth stories inspired you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to Black Status.